Have you been trying to figure out if HubSpot Enterprise Hub is a right fit for your company? Have you been watching this entire playlist? If not, make sure you watch the entire playlist dedicated to answering that single exact specific question. Is Enterprise Hub right for you? In this specific video, we're going to talk about adaptive testing for your website, landing, and thank you pages in the HubSpot Enterprise Hub with our friend, none other than Nicholas Holland. Now, if you didn't know, Nicholas Holland is the GM of Marketing Hub and VP of Product for HubSpot, and he is super passionate about the success companies like yours can have when using the HubSpot tools. With that said, let's get into the good stuff.
Are you a HubSpot user looking for fun and interactive education that helps you be better at HubSpot? Then welcome to Sprocket Talk.
That's right, it's your boy George B. Thomas from SprocketTalk.com bringing yet another HubSpot educational video. If you're a sales, marketing, or service professional, or just somebody that likes to learn a lot, and you're looking to learn more about HubSpot and inbound strategies that can help your business grow, then you're in the right spot. Recently, I got a chance to sit down with Nicholas Holland and ask him a ton of questions around HubSpot Enterprise Hub. Now, one of those questions was about adaptive testing for pages, and this is what he had to say.
So we have at HubSpot, we have a pretty good size machine learning team, and they have a really strong belief system that machine learning is not some mystical, dark science. It's not something to be branded to the point that like it's vaporware. We tend to right now, and then we have some debates about this internally, but we have some debates about a few of our competitors have branded the heck out of their machine learning stuff, given it a persona. They talk about it all the time. But there have been multiple cases where people have said that the juice isn't worth the squeeze. It doesn't deliver. Machines aren't magical. They're machines. They're doing the work. They're just getting more advanced in the type of work they can handle. So one of the things that our machine learning team does is they are very quietly letting HubSpot do all sorts of things behind the scenes that make your life easier. Deduplication is one of those. Deduplication is something where we have a industry-leading dedupe process now. It gets better as customers train it. That's powered by machine learning. The next one is like send time optimization are things that we look at. We look at how do we send stuff, what do we talk to the servers, things like that on the back end, working on deliverability stuff. The machine learning team works on that. We also have things where right now customers build one page whenever they're trying to create a conversion funnel. When they do that, what happens is it's really less about science, it's less about data, and it's more about what your designer thought would look cool, and it's more about what your marketer thought that the page needed to say. So very gut driven, very much just opinions. And some marketers, like we talked about multi-touch attribution, some marketers are starting to elevate their conversion game. And so they're doing A/B testing. Now, when we look at our numbers, it's still low. I mean, we're talking about, and I think many of your listeners probably fall in here is like, 1 out of 5 are basically doing A/B testing on a consistent basis. And the reason why they don't do it, we ask them all the time, is they just don't have time. So if you were to ask a marketer, hey, George, you just put out a campaign, you're pointing it to a landing page, like, let's just take time and money off the table. Which do you think would be a better practice? For you to A/B test some things to see what your broad audience thinks is better, or do you think you have all the answers? Now, some marketers will straight up tell you, I think I got all the answers. And for them, I would say, awesome. But the majority of people say, I should. And it's always like this interesting, it's like a shame answer. I have shame answers too when people ask me like, did you work out last night? I'm like, no, I should have, but I didn't. A/B testing is like a shame answer. And I say, hey, are you doing A/B testing? Oh man, no, I should. I plan on it. It's always on the list of things to plan on doing. The reason why is that it's hard. You have to go in there and you have to think deeply about what things you want to A/B test. You have to monitor it. And that's also hard. You have to go in there and watch it, because the way A/B testing works is it's pretty dumb. it effectively drives half the traffic to one, half the traffic to the other. And of course, you can do variations, A, B, C, D, but it is very dumb. So if you go back to like the multi-touch attribution, it's effectively just saying, give me a number, boss, and I'll chop it up. And if you have low volume, it's even harder. So many of our customers, let's say you don't get 1,000 visitors a day to your site or 1,000 visitors a month. You know, it might be you're getting to a point where it's 1,000 a quarter maybe show up, or 1,000 a year. When that happens, it's very difficult for you to do that. And so inevitably, for a variety of reasons, it's hard, it's time, I don't know what I'm doing, etc., people don't do it. And they are leaving real money on the table. So with adaptive page testing, what we have done is now we take the pain out of that. We tell a marketer and their team, one, we believe you should be testing variations. The effort we ask you to put in is just coming up with variations. You don't even have to be like a super genius at it. Just change some things around and put them out there. And there is no step 3. We do everything else. So go hog wild. Choose different images. Super easy. Go hog wild. Change the copy. Go hog wild. Put buttons in different places. Go hog wild. Change the CTA stuff. And we will handle everything else. And the way that it works is you effectively load up, let's say 5 pages, and you press go. And the machine learning essentially starts to test traffic to each of those. And the machine is way faster at picking up on a scent than we are. So instead of doing equal traffic and you have to go in there and watch it, do you know how almost every A/B test turns out? It's like 51 or 50.7%. versus 49.3%. What do you do there? People are like, oh my God. They're like, I can't tell which one, is this one the better one or whatever. So with adaptive testing, what happens is the machine starts to pick up on the scent, and it slowly starts to verify if it's right. And it has a bunch of cool ways that it does that. And if it's right, that's it, you're done. You don't have to go back in and turn it off. You don't have to go back in and pick a winner. So you literally get to go through there on your website pages, on your landing pages, and you get to go in there and just have a policy. What you should do is on your most critical pages on your site and on your landing page, you go in there and you just make variations and you let the system handle it, and you will see results. And we're seeing some people with good results, 10% improvement in conversion rates. We're seeing some people with mind-boggling results, 100+% conversion improvements. And if you go back to like, at least with what we believe, we're trying to help people grow better. That's getting as close to the growth bullseye as possible. And so a lot of times I ask marketers like who don't want to do this, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, what is your job if not to go improve conversions? And I think this is a big win.
You have to ask yourself, is it something that could help your business grow? If the answer to that question is yes, then it just might be time to check out the HubSpot Enterprise Hub for your company's needs. Make sure you stick around for the next video where we talk about partitioning and the exciting updates with Nicholas Holland about HubSpot Enterprise Hub. Hey, did you like this video? Then make sure you head over to SprocketTalk.com for more actionable and tactical HubSpot user videos, tools, and other resources. Make sure you hit that subscribe as well for instant notifications and so that we know that you're part of the Sprocket Talk community. Until next time, make sure you're focused on being a happy, helpful, humble human. And as always, make sure you're doing some happy HubSpotting.